All right, guys. Give me an audio check, visual check. When you guys jump in the chat, let me know. I'm on time tonight. Oregon in the building, high octane. What's happening, brother? Black Tool, seeing here clearly. Sounds good from Ohio. Appreciate it, Jeff Cooper. All the guys coming in the chat, go ahead and hit that like button early. Let's get this thing started the right way. I might start moving around today. I'm changing positions. I don't want anybody to feel left out. We got a little something to talk about. Curtis Hoke, what's up? When you bringing that Road King out, we'd all like to see it move. We'd like to see what it can do. Rick Baker says, my name is Rick Baker. I'm a recovering addict. Today, I am 3 days sober from making my very expensive Harley-Davidson decisions. Yes. How many days sober are you from making your last purchase? Guys, I know it ain't easy. Trust me, I know. If anybody's with you, it's me. Oh. I'm gonna let you guys have the live today. I will let you know we just finished the break-in process. We still need to get into the dyno. There was some issues with the bike, and I'll go over them today. I didn't really want to make a video about it because I don't think it was a point of making a video about it, but I will go over some of the issues that these new bikes are having, and I'll get into it in a little bit. Which one is your favorite that you wouldn't get rid of? Bipolar. Bipolar is the one that I wouldn't get rid of. It would definitely cost a lot for me to get rid of a bike like that. A lot of time and a lot of money in that bike, and I think more time than money would be the big thing. You could throw a bunch of money at some parts and bikes and just throwing parts in, but to get it to all work together, that's the hard part. That's the stress. Jeff Cooper, you asked how much taller is the boys, I'm guessing Bad Boys seat over stock? It shouldn't be taller. And if it is, you need to reach out to badboyzcyclez and see if they can help you out with that question, because I would not know. Who's this from? Tampa. What's up, peeps? Tampa in the building. Explain this one. Yeah, I wouldn't know. All the badboycycle seats feel lower and, have a different cut than your stock seat. So it's usually to get that person to be able to flat foot the bike. So taller, I don't know. Well, how you liking that ST with the all-American juice in it? Well, speaking of, it's nothing to sneeze at, guys. I keep saying it. That's my slogan. It's nothing to sneeze at. I don't know the horsepower on the bike. We have not put the bike on the dyno yet. Should be next week. We will try to get in there. Guys, I want to have the best conditions when I'm putting this bike on the dyno, and I want to make sure everything is 100% correct with this bike before I put it on the dyno. So that's a big part of what's going on with this bike, and I'm not rushing it. So if you're just now joining this live, just make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get this thing started the right way. Prayers, what's up from Connecticut? Okay. That one guy, what's up, Mac? Let me check. Let me check these likes. Go ahead and check them for me. Let me go on the other side of the camera. You check the likes. Serrero 4000 in the building. Yeah, the guys are starting to show up. Let me see. I'm debating on a different camera angle, guys. I don't know. You guys let me know. 35 in the chat, only 10 liking it. Come on. We're going to cut it short if it doesn't do something a little bit better than that. Excuse me. Allergies are acting up. But yeah, we gotta do better. We gotta make this thing go ahead and pump. And we definitely have to have the likes behind these chats. Next week, I think I'm gonna rotate these bikes, all three. I think I'm gonna mix it up a little bit because I know you guys see the same bikes in the same spots all the time, but we're gonna fix that. The issues with the ST, I will get into it once we get enough people in here. I might do a quick explanation. I might not be in here long today, guys, just depending on what it looks like, and we go from there. Rob Bass, the red CVO was very nicely done on your last video. Appreciate it. If you haven't watched my video today, go ahead and watch it. Red jalapeno, that's what they're calling that new 25 ST. Bike looks nasty. If you see that bike in person, I couldn't find much that I would change on that bike myself. Rolando has a good, that's a good eye. Remember, guys, Rolando owned the red Road King that was usually in pictures with George's blue Road King. So that was his, also was his bike. Very nicely done, but you know, he knows what he wants. Greg Josh, what's up, Max? Snowflake in the chat. Snowflake in the chat. Keith Whitney, newbie, what's happening, bro? Well, how's he like the power? He loves it. I would say the red CVO from earlier is fire. Yes, that bike was very, very nice. They put that bike together. I think putting a bike like that together, I mean, I won't say it's hard, but at the same time, hold on, guys. Let me make sure I get you guys in on these angles. I want you to be able to see. Putting a bike like that together, you have to think it through first. Don't just go out and start buying parts that everybody else has and then just saying, hey, let's throw them on a bike. Nah, it really doesn't work that way. But, you know, said Rolando and Jalapeno ain't playing. Bike is a killer for sure. Yeah, Rolando lives like an hour and a half away from the rest of, you know, the action. So he rode that bike today earlier, and I mean, hey, you can't complain. These new bikes are something different, you know, especially when you're putting down some power in these new bikes. You expect something like to maybe not, you know, hold up, but they have been holding up. All right, what we got? Renildo. He's got a question. He says, hey, Mac, would you recommend the D&D Big Bore or the D&D Vortex? George said the Vortex, the Big Bore is too loud and you lose horsepower and torque. Okay, let me help you out with that one. The Big Bore does lose horsepower and torque, and especially if you're not running some extreme big motor, all-out race type of a deal, and I won't say all-out race, but a real, just like real race bike, you do not need the Big Bore baffle. You go with the Vortex baffle. That's what 99% of the guys go with. I've seen a lot of guys go Big Bore baffle on a stage 2, and it kills them on the bottom end torque. You do not want that. You want something that's going to keep the back pressure on the bike, so there's no dips in the graph or anything like that. So if George told you, 100% correct. But thank you, and thank you twice. What else we got in here, guys? If you're just now joining, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get this live going the right way. Let me circle back. Okay, we got a few more people in here, but I have to tell you guys news about the CVO ST. I'm gonna walk you through it, and I'm gonna help you out, and I'll probably drop a jewel if you don't know already, but I'm gonna just do it in this live. Now, I'm gonna take my time of putting this information out because I want people to watch it first. So, Test on Twos, what's happening in the building? This is not going to be a long live. This is not going to be a long live. It's going to be Straight to the point. I got a few things to tell you guys about this, and then we're gonna be out of here. So guys, get your comments in. If you got anything to say, if you got any questions for me, get those in. I'm gonna be moving around these bikes a little bit. I know it's gonna be weird, but I want you guys to see. Chicago in the house, really fast CVO. Chicago, man. I heard Rolando. What's up? Rolando, hey. Red jalapeno. I like the name. I do. I really like the name, man. I've been out here, just closed on a new house. That's on Tuesday. Hey, congratulations on the new house. Good time to buy, I think. Let's see what we got. Not enough people hitting that like button. When they don't hit the like button, I gotta get out of here. Let me keep going. Though. All right, let me get into it. The Cvo ST. I'm gonna put this down for a second because I want to talk to you guys. The Cvo ST is, like you guys already been watching the videos. If you haven't, go back and watch. Did the build process, did everything on what motor we were gonna go with. We made the decision, go back and watch that video on why and how, and then, you'll understand where I'm coming from. So we decided to go with the Screaming Eagle 135 kit, and I can't complain. It's broken in, miles-wise, but I have not put it on a dyno. I haven't been, feeling really rough with the bike. I've tried to do a couple of, just quick spurts with the bike up to 3,500, 4,000 RPMs at the most. I don't think I've even tried to take it anywhere really past that. But the first thing that happened to this bike as soon as I got it and, put our Thunder Max on it and different things like that. Remember, we were swapping ECUs. When you do that, if you have a CVO, and I'm learning now, even if you have a standard, you lose your GPS. You lose your GPS capability. But a lot of guys don't know that they lose it because most of the guys run Android or Apple CarPlay, okay? So they don't even know that they lost it. The problem with that is it's embedded, right? The GPS is embedded in the system. And when you bought these expensive bikes, it was already paid for. And if you bought it for a standard and, you don't know, whatever, okay? But you want it back. That's the point I'm trying to get to. You want it back. I don't care what other system you run. I take the bike to the dealer. They actually come and pick it up. Good guys, Alligator Alley. They come and pick the bike up, try to fix it. Just doesn't work. I said, hey, you know what? Let's try something else. Let's take the Thunder Max out. Let's put the stock ECU in. See if that works. No go. It still gives you a message, QR code, scan. You can't even scan and buy it. It's attached to the VIN number. So we go back, swap again, do all the updates, still nothing. And now I'm puzzled. So I say, all right, I'm going home with the bike. It's been here 2 days. We can't figure it out. I take the bike home. And just so happens, I'm like, let me factory reset everything, which I did not need to do. I'm going to tell you that now. But I factory reset, no phone, no nothing, no Bluetooth, anything hooked to the bike. Maybe that will fix the problem. No. And then I say, you know what? Let me connect my Wi-Fi back to this bike. Guys, if you have not connected your Wi-Fi, and most guys are gonna have 5G, if you haven't connected your Wi-Fi to your bike to let it, kind of update itself, do it. Because as soon as I did, the GPS came back immediately. It enabled itself. The updates are, guys, if you go on your bike and you go to the menu settings, if you have a 24 and you look for Wi-Fi, if you do not have Wi-Fi, that means your bike needs to be updated. Luckily, when they updated my bike again and again, and it came back with Wi-Fi. I didn't know we lost Wi-Fi, but I have Wi-Fi, and the functionality, the thing pops up, enable GPS. I hit the button, it does the rest on its own. I have GPS back. Now, what I'm getting at is, it's not the bike. It's what you're adding. We're not these computer guys and know what the computer is going to do inside these bikes. So we're just pretty much, we're just throwing rocks at it and hoping something actually does some helping here. But we just weren't getting it. We weren't getting it. So I called the guy from Harley and I said, hey, I got it to work. And this is what I did. So guys, if you've been having that problem, and I know a couple of my buddies have that problem, that's what you have to do. You have to update the bike through your home's Wi-Fi, because I don't think Harley's Wi-Fi would work. Maybe not secure or 5G or whatever it had to be. As soon as I got home, fixed like that. I was depressed for 2 days, guys, just to let you know. We go so far and all out on these bikes that the little things for me, I gotta have all my functions on these bikes. So hopefully I dropped a jewel for somebody if they do decide to go to ThunderMax. Now, part 2 to this. I was asked, am I going to be changing from ThunderMax to Power Vision? Once they get Power Vision figured out, the ThunderMax has to go. It is not a headache, but at the same time, I don't think that they thought it all the way through with the ThunderMax. ThunderMax helps a bike ride. It's just the air fuel, that's all you really need. But the other things that are involved with this bike, yeah, it's not that easy. It's a little bit more complicated. So let me start going back through you guys' let me go through you guys' messages. And if you didn't catch that, rewind this video, rewind this chat later, and get some good game. And yes, 4 bikes will fit in a 7x16 enclosed trailer. Ask me how I know. We did it today. Most guys say, oh, it's not gonna fit. It's just, it's not wide enough. We got 4 full fairing Harleys like this in one trailer. It's gonna be a good time in Atlanta. That's all I can tell you. Good time in Atlanta. Big motors on the new Cvo. Do you have to hold the start button or push it and let it go? Push and let it go. I don't understand that question. Montez Harris. What's up, Mac? Back at it again. Love the definitely changing the game. The Harley 135. Let's see what it do. There's a guy out there that called me out. He says he's getting a Moonshine 135 kit. I don't know if it's Harley or their own personal 135 kit, and he wants to get a race in. And I said, absolutely. I don't know which one's faster. I don't know which one's built better. That really doesn't matter. But, when somebody wants to see for the sake of science, I'm down for it, okay? I am definitely down for it. Now, I keep telling everybody this is not my race bike, but everybody wants to pick on this bike. Why? I don't know if they think it's the weak link, but I can only oblige every now and then. This bike here, that's the race bike. That one. Yeah. So I guess I have to defend his honor over here and get 1 or 2 in with this bike. But it will be interesting to see. And it's not because it's shop to shop. It's just to see an aftermarket 135 versus a Screaming Eagle 135. What will win? Throttle and Ash, I have a 135 and 124 ST with the Screaming Eagle tuner, and it works great. Yes. So a lot of guys were saying this as well. So should I wait for the 135 until the Power Vision comes out? That's up to you. That's up to you if you wait. A lot of guys were asking me this. They were saying that, hey, so when you do it, are you just voiding warranty? Yeah, I guess you are. But do you need to? No. You can run a Screaming Eagle tuner. Will it be down from the horsepower that we're trying to get out of a bike? Yes. Will it still have some grunt and be fast and be fun? Yes. 135 kit is going to bring you 140 horsepower, 150 maybe foot-pounds of torque. I mean, that's good. That's good for average Joe, and that's good for an owner of a bike, the newer models, the Gen 2s. it will be great and work well for that bike. It's the Moonshine 135 kit. It's not like the Harley one. Yes, I get it, but it's still 135 cubic inch. Now, do I know which one will win? Do I know which one will have more horsepower? I don't know, because I don't know how, what Moonshine actually gets out of their bikes. If you guys know, let me know. But at the same time, no matter what it gets, it'd be interesting to put 135 next to 135. Aftermarket versus Screaming Eagle. I'm with it. The red CVO sounded like it had a little problem starting when he had it, but it sounded amazing. So the reason why it had trouble starting, remember, it depends on what fuel you have in it, when's the last time you started it, and how much compression it runs. You know, you gotta look between the three of those, and I'm gonna guess that it was more fuel related versus anything else. That's what I'm gonna guess. Hit it. If it doesn't start the first time, hit it again. It'll definitely start. Turn it back off. Hit it again and see what it does. Remember, you know, bike's not stock. You know what I mean? So, are you planning to do a chain drive on the 135 setup? No, I do not plan on it unless it just has to happen. If I break the belt, then yes, I will do a chain drive. But not my first thing I want to run to. Definitely not. Only drawback to the Screaming Eagle tuner is the 120 mile an hour limiter. Yes, that's true. But who's trying to go over 120 if you ain't voiding the warranty? All right, keep going. Saw you guys riding up there in the rain. Those AC builds, you guys don't play. Okay. However, street riding is more than enough. Yes, however, he said 140, 150 street riding is definitely more than enough. But more than enough ain't always good enough. Not for these guys. What do we got? 51 watching? How many we got in here? Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Up 68, I'm sorry. Just updated for me. Hit the like button. How many we got likes? Nah, we ain't got enough likes. Come on, guys. Hit the like button. Keep this chat going. If you don't hit the like button, I have to go. I'm in there watching Power right now, and I turned it off so I can come hang out with you guys. But if we don't show the love in the chat, I gotta go. So, if you do put the Power Vision on your bike, I don't know how it's gonna turn out. I know it's still a couple more weeks until it actually comes out, but I'm going to guess and say that these features and all these issues that the Thunder Max throws are not gonna be in the Power Vision. I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, I said before, I will only switch if the Power Vision offers more. If Power Vision doesn't offer more, then I'm kind of like stuck in a rock and a hard place. I spent a lot on a Thunder Max, and to turn around and have to basically put it to the side to run a Power Vision that doesn't do anything different might not be the call for me. But you know, I trust in George. We'll see what he says, and then we go from there. Rolando, Red Jalapeno. I think you need to just change your name, man. Change your name on here, the Red Jalapeno. He said he rode 150 miles a day without a problem. Yes, yes. And it was hot today. Listen, I don't like to ride in 96 degree weather. It's not for me. It's not. We're not going to enjoy ourselves. But it was a good day to go out and test that bike. Last question, Mac. Is there a big difference between a Harley cleaner on a 121 and a T-Man cleaner? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, just depending on which Harley air cleaner you are talking about. I mean, if you're talking about like the elbow right there, yeah, that's really not one you really want to put on a bike. I wouldn't say go with that at all. I don't think it does any justice for these bikes. I might be switching mine. I might be switching it up. And I left it on there for this long, guys, because of aesthetics. That's it. It's just aesthetically a good deal. I'm gonna get behind the camera for a second. Let me check something out. Chip in the building. Oh, let's go a little bit this way. I will show you guys. Oh, there she is. Look, don't look at her. She ain't clean right now. The Sporty ain't clean right now, so I can't put the Sporty on camera. All right, I have a 128 and I have a 128, a 131, and a 135. In my opinion, the HD 128 is the most solid build. Save the money and do a 128. Now, how much money are you saving between a 128 and a 131? Because the 135 is a whole complete another build. It has a different crank. Yes, should be more money. But what did you save between the 128 and the 131? And I'm not saying that because you're wrong. I'm saying that because if you ask me, I'd go 128 as well. Thinner walls on a 131, more heat. No bueno, okay? Stick with a 128 if you're gonna go that route. Guys do a 130. That's an all-American cycle. They do a lot of the 130s, and I think that's probably the better option if you could. So yeah, maybe $1,000 difference. It ain't worth it because maybe you might have 5 horsepower, maybe. 128s are run a little cooler. Have more sidewall. George did his thing with A2 CVO, but that turbo I never heard. That's a turbo you never heard of. Okay, yeah, I think they're a newer company, and I think they made like snowmobile turbo kits or something like that. But we don't know the heat that comes off that turbo, especially for everyday trying to just ride it. How much traction can you get? And what are you really looking for when you go turbo on a daily rider? Because everybody with a turbo on a daily rider ends up trying to race it. Well, not a bad idea. I see where a lot of the guys swing at, but to each his own. To each his own. I don't say that bike's definitely not a slouch. Bike made over 200 horsepower. Turbo on a 135. It's gonna be cooking with grease when you hammer down on it. Just gotta see. Just gotta see, guys. Turbos got a spool. That's their issue. If you can't launch it in boost, you got to come from the rear and try to catch whoever you're playing around with. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Let me check these likes out, man. You don't hit this like button, I'm out of here. You don't hit the like button, I'm out. 45 and 72. Nah, I don't like them numbers. I don't like the numbers. One more round. Let me see. Rolando's bike is fire. Christopher Ashley, what's happening, brother? What is the best twin cam build in your opinion, 124 or 128? I've seen, I don't know what we're considering in the best category. I know we're not talking about fastest, but a good daily rider, I'd say the 124, the SNS 124. I know a quick one. I know some quick ones. I'll say that. I know some quick ones. But you want it for reliability. I think that's more along the lines where you want it for. So I'd say a 124. Yeah. Turbos cause too many problems, i.e. heat, clutch, transmission chains, etc. Yes. Just because you're not building a motor and going through those long steps of making horsepower, you still need key components. Usually when you build a motor, you go key component with this. So when I get this, I do this with it. And I get this, and I go, the turbo key, you just slap it on. Now I got all this horsepower, but I forgot to do this, that. And that's where you run into issues. All right, keep going. Somebody just said fastest. What are we doing? Thanks, bro. George, building my bike next week. I'm shipping mine from 25. Oh, but your 25 ST from Texas, so you answered all my questions. Okay. Ship it on down, brother. By the time that turbo kicks in, the race might be over. When are you releasing the new t-shirts? I have shirts. I have hoodies. The new ones, I'm going to release soon. There's a guy getting one next week. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'll be back in a second. Hold on. Allergies. All right, I'm back. By the time the turbo kicks in, the race might be over. Yes, if you're playing around and you're dancing with the right bikes, if you're not on a track and if you don't have a bike that's set up to race with a turbo, you could potentially lose the race. The race needs to be longer for you to make it work. You know what I mean? Crank is the big one. What are the bars on the CVO? Guys, for all conversation purposes, go to Carlini. All right, go to Carlini. You get a bar that's pretty close to that bar. 135 kit, Cam Georgia's tuning. Okay. Thank you, sir. Rolando, thank you, sir. Jeremy, thank you, sir. Hey, Jeremy, bike came out nice. Seat came out really nice. We talked about that seat. Just be prepared. Just be prepared, man, because they're going to want that seat. All the guys, I'm not going to say anymore. I'm not going to get into it. But that seat looked very good on that bike. I like the way you could customize it. If I'm paying that type of money, let me have an opinion. And he does. He most definitely does let you have an opinion. So shout out to Bird Coop Customs. Making guys happy with these seats. And they're all coming out fire. Yeah, they gonna copy it, man. Hey, welcome to my world, bro. They're gonna copy whatever you do. I had a buddy over the house today, and he said, hey, start Bipolar up. And I started Bipolar up, and we both was like, damn. Bike sounds like a monster, guys. Bike sounds like a monster. And I kind of forget sometimes that the bike is just like that because I'm so used to riding all those, these two, or not even this one. I'm like used to riding a Road King. But when you start this bike up, get out the way. Get out the way. Nice. Let's see what color bike you have. I'm sure at the shop when it's there. Okay. Yeah, guys, if your bikes are coming to the shop, make sure you shout out to me first, and I can come by, drop off a shirt, whatever you guys need. We got a lot of different other merch coming now, and I can come out there and chop it up, maybe do video. Who knows? But I like when the guys come to the shop and get their reactions to the process and then the end result. Nothing better than that. Rally red, color with no bags on it. I'm shipping it without the bags. You ain't wrong for that either. You don't want the shipping company touching your stuff. Ray Smith, what did Ray Smith says? When are you going to see some action with Bipolar? Feels like she's been hiding for a couple of months now. She's in every time you watch live on Sunday, you see her. For the 427th time, you don't ride what you race, and you don't race what you ride. Okay, let that be the slogan for the day. If you know anything about owning something fast, if you feel it's fast, everybody feels like their stuff is fast. I feel like sometimes the Road King is fast, but when you know fast, you know when you bring things out that are fast. So the next time you'll probably see that bike is probably me testing before the event in July, and and then she'll go back in hibernation. She only needs to come out when it's action. When there's something on the line, that's when that bike comes out. It does not come out for the fun of it. Not my speed with that bike. That's why I got 3. All right, let's see. Milana, how's your sound? You see, it's all crazy loud. Serrero 4000, what's up with your bike? We want to know what's up with your bike. Hit me up. Let me know where you're at. Can I say what I saw with your bike? Or I saw you swing arm. Looks good. Looks good. Rob Bates asked if I was past the break-in period with the 135. I am past the break-in period, but I have not hammered down on this bike because there is no specific tune. I'm sure I could get on a little bit, but I don't want the issue, so I will be cruising this bike until it goes to the dyno. Let's see. What's your thoughts on the highway pegs for the Cvo ST? Most frame pegs do not look nice. But I'm not a fan of them. If you got them out there, guys, no offense, it looks horrible when you do frame-mounted highway pegs. If I were you, I'd change these skateboards off and put the older style crash bar on the front, so then you can have something that looks decent. You can fold it in, while you're riding or however you want to do it. But that looks the best. Guys, if you see me keep checking over my shoulder, I had a coyote. Listen, I had a coyote, not a coyote. Was it coyote? Yeah. I had a coyote run through my yard a little while ago, and he was a big joker. So I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do if I see him. But anyways, let's go. VA said, I'm here, Mac, 135 to 135. Yeah, man, let's talk about it a little bit. You're saying it's not the Harley 135, it's the specific Moonshine 135, right? Guys, I told you I don't lie to you guys. This guy just popped up in the chat all of a sudden. And yes, no free races. But 135 to 135, I might be able to make that happen. Shoe check. Listen, man, I didn't do nothing special today. Nothing special. Hold on. Black and white Vomeros. Yeah, black and white Vomeros. I had something on yesterday. New selection, man. Yes, I had something on yesterday, and I thought I was gonna wear it today, but it came out yesterday. Sorry, man. I got something next week. I was supposed to wear them this Sunday, and I wore them yesterday. All right. Clean draws. Yeah, that was for you. Sorrel, those is the second one. I loved it. You had the cleanest Harleys. Thank you, OG Ralph. Said. They're waiting for George to give me the green light and bring her in. You guys ready for this? Everybody sit down. I've never seen guys more willing to spend money on a bill, B-I-L-L, other than going to the shop. Listen, they don't even wait. They will pay George before it's even over with. We're just waiting our spot in line to get in the shop. You're an addict if that's how you feel. We're addicts if we feel like that. He could tell us whatever number, and we're just like, all right, but when is it gonna be done? Because the price you said has nothing to do with me right now. My mind is somewhere else. Just tell me when. I paid for it today. Can I have it today? Yeah, it don't work like that though, guys. It is what it is. All right, so wanted to see how Rolando's bike and build. Seems very happy with it. Only if you were doing it bigger than a 135. What's up, Mac? Just getting in. Free ride 64. Chill. VA, what part of VA you from? VA said, hey, Chip is like in the background. He don't miss nothing. He just got one on the line. I'm moving right along from that. Sorry, guys, my allergies are killing me. We got a bunch of people watching. We're back up and popping, but y'all ain't liking. Hit that like button, Norfolk. Hit that like button. I know you're just sitting in here, sitting in the background, eating popcorn. listening for something to get an idea from. But if you're in here, hit the like button. I know. Do jump the line because you get it out quick? Do you jump the line at George's because you get in and out quick? I think you know the answer to that. We have been waiting. I wait just as long as everybody else. I think he was trying to be funny. I think you're trying to be funny. Ah, okay. All right, funny guy. Rob Bass, funny guy. Listen, man. Hey, it's too many people. Not in a bad way. It's too many people that are serious about their bikes too. Those guys want to get in. They want to get their bikes massaged or whatever they're doing, built. Remember, he builds ground up bikes. Like you bring him a stock bike, just drop it off. I want this, that, and the other. I don't care. Don't tell me to build until you're ready for me to pick it up. You know, when you're dealing with stuff like that, you gotta wait. You gotta wait your turn. The money ain't the problem anymore. The money is not the problem anymore, guys. We're not, you know, just starting life. You know, a lot of guys are established, so we're all competing for just call me, just a phone call. Then you're not gonna miss that call. See, I don't think George realizes that part. There are guys that as soon as they see that phone call, it might ring twice if you're lucky. Yeah. Oh God. Oh, I'm on my way. He's like, hey, buddy, I was just telling you that your parts are in. But you know, that's what they want. That's what we want. Right there. Let's see. Rolando, just a second. All right. They're having their own conversation. Everybody else is having their own outside conversation. I think it's called an appointment. Now, you might be right. But they don't always happen that way. Guys, remember, he has to order parts, so you can't set an appointment for somebody until the parts are in. You might have ordered your parts. Who knows how long you got to wait, because just like everywhere else, everybody's trying to get ready for certain things. It's riding season, and everybody's ordering. He has to wait. They have to wait. Everybody has to wait, and then you got a list of things that go to your bike, and once all those things hit, then you come in. It just is what it is. You ever try to stop something before it started, and then you felt like, I better stay out of it? Yeah, that's what I'm watching right now. Keep on going. Let's keep going. So, guys, if you didn't understand what I said earlier, and since you've been here this long, and I know my loyal guys are here now, the bike had issues. I'm sorry. You didn't have any issues. We put the Thundermax on the bike. The Thundermax gave the bike issues, like the flu vaccine. You got to give it to them to. Yes, that's what happened. Bike had the flu. Took the bike in. They messed around. They couldn't get it. Nobody could figure out why, and everybody felt like it should have been a simple fix. It was, just not at the dealership. I had to fix it at the house. Once we switched computers from stock computer to Thundermax, GPS was gone. I lost all GPS function capabilities, flash on the screen, scan QR code to get your GPS back. That would not work. You couldn't even buy it if you wanted it. And it was just a simple update at the house. Guys, go check your bikes now, see if you have Wi-Fi. If you don't have Wi-Fi, you're not on the latest version, I'm gonna assume. Go get your reflash. Once he reflashes the radios, then you will have your Wi-Fi function. If you still don't have GPS, go home, hook it up to your home's GPS, to your home's Wi-Fi, and then it will enable itself. That was my big issue. I couldn't do it. Most guys don't know it because they run CarPlay or some different type of navigation system. I don't. I either know where I'm going or I'm following somebody else that does. But what I do is throw the navigation up on the screen because I think it looks cool. Got you. All right, let's keep going. Hey, my dude, Bryce picking up the 23.5 CVO talking seats. How does the Corbin compare to the coupe for comfort if not needing a full custom? Oh, okay. Because I don't know what direction he wants to go with, right? From what I've seen, the Corbin custom seats are a little bit more comfortable. I don't know if I'm only saying that because the seats that I have seen from Corbin are usually the tighter leather. I'm not a fan of that tight leather. I'm sure you can get probably something and maybe something that, you know, they might help you out with to make it more comfortable. But from what I see with the coupe custom seats, they're all comfortable. They're what you want them to be. If you want the leather, or you want whatever, the vinyl with the suede and the leather down the middle, suede and vinyl on the outside, however you want it put together, for you, it's a little bit better. Now, this seat breathes. It doesn't give you that swampy feeling after a good ride. I don't know what they did to it. I don't know if it's the hole in the back of the seat, in the backrest that keeps the air circulating, that keeps you just cool. But I like this seat. It's probably, I hate to say it, man. Not that I hate to say it. I just don't want to get into conversation. It's one of the best. It's probably the most premium seat on the market. And looks alone, it can't be touched. Cannot be touched. All right, let's keep going. Why didn't I use the Impact wiring solution versus the Thunder Max? Good question. Impact was having a lot of issues in the beginning where they had to go back and make some fixes, and then they made the fixes. But $1,600, $1,700 for the for the Impact wiring wasn't on the top of my list of things because remember, I was waiting on Power Vision. Just so happens a week after I get the bike done, and I told you guys this will happen. A week after I got the bike done, here I am looking at Fuel Moto tell us that come June, you'll have Power Vision. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot. All right, keep going. Only 62? Okay, we about to get up out of here, man. Now, I gave them the best that I could. But they disrespected me by not liking this chat while I'm giving out as much game as I have. I gotta go. I'm just scanning through real quick. I see what you guys want. I see what you guys are asking. If these likes don't go up in the next minute, this live is going to be over. And I'm going back to watching Power. 65. Y'all got to do better than that. All right, guys, I appreciate you for watching, joining, subscribing. Until the next time, guys. Peace.